So if you've ever wondered why you and your friends don't get to buy the best homes in the area and you're always settling on the also rans, you're like, how did they get that home? I'm going to say, first of all, the top homes are undervalued almost always because of the way computer and automatic valuation models work. And secondly, agents working that area, the professionals and the neighbors know when those houses go to the market and they contact the listing agent. The industry's tricking you. Like if you click on this home, and we're going to get to this home in more detail in a second, and you go contact agent, you're not going to go get to talk to Skip and ask him questions and have Skip recommend you to the seller because Skip's the listing agent. The seller's like, wow, you got me multiple offers anyway. What do you think we should do, Skip? I know Skip, by the way. You're going to get some random person who's paying for your leads, probably the main broker who's done a lot of the work, some person, agent who just wants to make 15, 20 bucks an hour working for the team and cart you around. Hopefully you like one of the houses, and then maybe the smarter agent will help you draft up a contract, the experienced agent. But they'll know nothing about this home unless it's just a random lucky chance. Because there's agents paying for this. Request a tour, contact agent are almost always, maybe Skip could pay Zillow a certain amount of money, so this lead gets routed to Skip. But what are the chances of Skip's doing that? This is far more likely to go to some buyer's agent who might not even know anything about the area. But they're certainly not going to know if there's multiple offers. They're certainly not going to hold sway over the seller. And if you're working with them and Skip's smart and there's multiple offers, this agent's not going to have, they're going to have some, they're going to know about the multiple offers, but this agent's going to have to make you pay $50,000 to $100,000 more than Skip's client to buy the house. Skip's going to leverage his buyer that he's already recommended to sell and say, we've got this person, they'll buy your home. But I'm willing to help you see if you can get these other people to pay $50,000 to $100,000 more, and I can do it without lying because I'm just not going to give them all the information. I'm going to say, yes, we have multiple offers. We're deciding soon. If your people want to buy it, I would like to see them get an offer in here by tomorrow. Is that going to work? Do you need to see the house again? What we got to do? But we're going to look at all the offers tomorrow, and we're going to make a decision. All of that's true. Now your agent has no information. They're being played by Skip masterfully. I mean, this is what I do. I don't know that Skip would do that. But I've done it, and we've already got, if I chase that buyer away, I've already got 1 or 2 offers here that I know will close at a price my client finds acceptable. So why am I not going to do that? And I'm going to say, oh, by the way, we just got an offer up at 2.50. Do you want to beat it by 5 or 10? I still got these people. They'll be a walk. I still got these people here. Your agent, as a buyer's agent, like that's what's so phony about the industry. Lots of problems, right? But they're telling you you need a buyer's agent to protect your interests. No, you need a lawyer to protect your interests. You need a buyer's agent to put you in a car and take you around and give you their information. But if you want to buy a home, if you want to buy the best homes, the homes the industry is looking for, the one the neighbors want to buy, the ones that people know the area want to buy, you're going to have to work with a listing agent, almost period, unless they're super overpriced. There are, in my video series at homebuyers.winnerscheck.com, there are times you'd work with a buyer's agent, and I discuss those. And there are ways to use a buyer's agent to help you buy homes like these, but not in the way you're going to do it. You're not going to sign that. Let me also say the other thing is, right now, because of the way the industry's realtors, people who are working for that trade association, have to get you to agree to pay them. Before you got to see this property that Skip's listed, that's for sale in Brescia, you're going to have to agree to pay. Let's say it's 3%, but it could be 2%. We'll do 2%. We'll be charitable. Your agent, it's hard enough for them to sign the agreement. They're going to say, before I can show you that home, it's the law. That's not the law. It's a lie. It's their trade association rule. We have to sign this agreement. And don't worry, it's 2.5%, but we'll find a home where the seller's paying. It's not going to come out of your pocket. We'll check that box down there. Now you're locked in with that agent. You've agreed to pay $50,000 to them if they buy you this home, which is a boatload of cash, isn't it? $50,000 to cart you around the home and fill out a contract that a lawyer, I'm also an attorney, that a lawyer would charge you. I could represent you anywhere. I won't do it hourly because there's just too much calling, and I need my clients to be well educated. And when escrow calls or the listing agent calls, I want to be able to take the home and just say, oh, you got to talk to the buyer. So I've learned I can't do it hourly, but I have very reasonable flat fees, and I can get those paid by the listing agent frequently, and so would a lot of other lawyers. I'm not saying pick me. I'm saying you could buy from the listing agent and be protected with a lawyer. You could buy from the listing agent and pay a really knowledgeable agent, some of them by the hour. But $50,000 to make you overpay, that's nuts. So they're saying $50,000 for me to show you the property. You're like, Well, I could buy from the listing agent. I could work with a realtor who's not, I could work with an agent who's licensed in California, but not a member of the Realtor Association. They don't make me pay 50 grand up front. We will go see the property. Then we'll find out what the seller's willing to pay. And then we'll decide how much of that we're going to pay you. And then we'll fill out the agreement. And then we'll submit it along with the offer. That's the way the law in California says it can be done. What your realtor's doing is making you overpay. Because I'm going to tell you that if this house gets multiple offers, as those offers get closer to fair market value, the people winning are the people who can make that $2 million offer. This $2 million offer, they'll make it about $2 million, and they won't have to pay a buyer's agent. So they're going to buy it for $2 million, or maybe a little less, wherever the competition says the property's value. That's one of the cool things about the market. The offers get closer and closer to fair market value when you get a few of them. Another great thing about the market people don't know. If you're selling a home and 5 or 10 real buyers come to your property, you're going to get an offer in California if the home's priced right. If it's not getting any offers, you're probably way overpriced. So the market's very, very effective. And as prices get closer to fair market value, buyer agent commissions go away. But you're still locked in with your agent, having to pay them 50 grand. No matter, like, how do you get out of that? You don't. Their agent, even the agent says, I'll let you out. Their broker's not going to let you out in writing. They're going to say, if you don't like that agent, you can work with another agent in my office. But you want to buy that home, it's going to cost you 50 grand. I don't think it's actually ethical for them to say that, but that's what's happening. So you want to buy this house, you're going to pay, let's say the offers are coming in at $2 million, you're going to pay $2,050,000 because you have to pay you're going to hope the lender lets you pay $2,050,000 for it, and then your agent will get paid, or the lender's going to say, no, it only appraised at 1,985, and you're like, okay, and your agent's like, well, I still have to get paid, so you do have 50 grand. And if you don't, you're not going to be able to buy this house. So it's crazy. Never. You got to keep your flexibility and not sign that buyer's agent agreement. That's the first thing. Now, I think we covered that. It's already 7 minutes. So this is why, in short, I'm going to go over in the next video how you know what you want to do, when you'd want to work with a buyer's agent, when you see a property you like, what the professionals will do. In the next video, I'm going to share with you exactly what a professional would do when buying this house from Skip. They wouldn't click this little button. They'd talk to Skip directly and ask a few questions. We'll cover those questions and also the little rapport they build with the listing agent and how to leverage that listing agent to buy this home without overpaying or be the winning bidder in a multiple offer situation. Thanks. My name's John McConnin. I'm a broker and attorney. You can get this whole buyer series where I share with you how industry people buy the best homes in the best neighborhoods and let you settle for the offer also rounds with the buyer's agents. I've got a whole video series, hopefully with shorter videos than this one, but some of them aren't, but where I'm just giving you information. And why am I doing that? Because in the end, a percentage of you are like, yeah, I really want to buy the best homes, but I want to be protected. How can you help me with that, John? And many times we can do that without any money coming out of your pocket. And we explain why. And if not, then you don't have to work with us. We're not going to tie you down. At least until the offer is made and accepted. Then maybe you'll be tied in. You'll have to pay us on the HUD. But we're going to give you maximum flexibility with our program. But in our video series, I'm just giving information until the last video or two when I explain what would happen if you worked with us. So homebuyers.winnerscheck.com. My name is John McConnin. I'm a broker and attorney in California. I've referred people out to buy homes and sell homes all over the country. Thanks. Talk to you later. Bye.